In this video, we're going to focus on double-digit multiplication, or multiplying two double-digit numbers together. It starts off the same way as single-digit multiplication. You take your number in the ones place, and you multiply it by each digit that is above it. Could be 2 digits, could be 3 if we had something over here, but for right now, we have 2 digits. So start off as you normally would. 9 times 5 is 45. So we get 5, and the 4 carries up there. Now we multiply the 9 times the 4. 9 times 4 is 36, and then we add in the 4 from up top, which gets us 40. So our first partial product, and that's what this is, it's a partial product because we're not done yet, is 405. And since we used the 4 up top for our addition, it's a good habit to cross it off so that we know that we already used it. Now we are going to take our next digit down below and we're going to multiply up here as well. But think of this digit's place value. Where does it fall in the number? Well, it falls in the tens place, and every time you multiply something by a 10, you're going to have a 0 in the end. So we actually start off by putting a 0 in the ones place. That's what happens when we multiply by tens. We get a 0 in the ones place. So with that 1 or with that 0 there, now we can multiply 1 times 5. 1 times 5 is 5. So we put the 5 here, because think about it. It's not really a 1 that we're multiplying by, it's a 10. And what is 10 times 5? It's 50. Okay, now that we've multiplied that one, we could do 10, or the 1 here, times this 4. 1 times 4 is 4. Now that we have our two partial products, adding them together will give us the full product. 5 plus 0 is 5, 0 plus 5 is 5, and 4 plus 4 is 8. So 45 times 19 ends up being 855. Let's try another example. Alright, this time we've got 32 times 68. So let's take our ones digit from the bottom and multiply it by our 2 digits up at the top. 8 times 2 is 16, put down the 6, and we carry the 1 up top. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 1 is 25. And remember, since we used that 1, let's cross it off. Now, we use our 6, which is in the tens place. So remember, we have to put a 0 in our ones place, because we're multiplying by a 10, or a multiple of 10. So with that 0 in there, we have 6 times 2, which is 12. Put down the 2, carry the 1. Now here is where it's really important that we cross this off, because we have 2 numbers up top. Crossing this one off lets us know we already used it, and we just focus on that one. So now 6 times 3 is 18, plus the 1 we carried is 19. Now our two partial products are 256 and 1920, so we can add those together. 6 plus 0 is 6, 5 plus 2 is 7, 2 plus 9 is 11, carry the 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. So 32 times 68 is 2,176. I would like you to write this problem down now and try to solve it. Pause the video because in a moment I'll start talking us through it, but see how far you can get. See if you can get it correctly. And remember, when we start multiplying by this 4, we have to put a 0 down below, because we're multiplying by the tens place value. So pause the video, give it a try. Alright, 9 times 6 is 54, put down the 4, carry the 5. 9 times 5 is 45, plus our 5 gives us 50. And don't forget to cross out the 5. Now we put our 0 in place because we are moving over to the tens place value for multiplication. 4 times 6 is 24, carry the 2. 4 times 5 is 20, plus 2 is 22. So we get 504 plus 2,240, and when we add it, our final product is 2,744. Alright, we're going to do one more. It's going to be all on your own. I'm just going to show the answer after you're done, and you can check and see if you've done it correctly. Alright, here's your challenge. We've got 83 times 38. Give it your best shot, pause the video. So if you've done this correctly, your two partial products would have ended up being 664 plus 2,490, and our answer would have been 3,154.